Okay, so let's just look at the calendar for a second. Today is February 14th, 2026.
Right.
And if we rewind the clock, what is it? Exactly 21 months?
Exactly. All the way back to May 9th, 2024.
That's when Ray Gessner dropped that video.
Yeah.
The one with the call center agent.
The one where she was explaining ASTM C1283 chimney crown defects like an absolute pro.
Yeah, and at the time, we all thought, wow, that's the peak. But looking at the sources we have for today's deep dive for his predictions for next year.
That was just the warm-up act. It really was.
So what are we getting into today?
We're really digging into Ray's specific predictions for where this industry is going to be by February 14th, 2027. And the core idea, it's not just about, better cameras.
No.
It's the total commoditization of expertise. He's talking about a cognitive overlay through smart glasses that makes years of field experience, well, basically optional.
Which is a very polite way of saying a brand new hire could walk onto a roof and instantly be better than a 20-year veteran.
That's the claim.
I was looking at the specs for these second brain glasses he describes. It's not just recording video.
No, it's a field logic processor. It's actively analyzing.
So a human tech sees a crack.
Right. But the AI sees ASTM C1283 non-compliance. It measures the crack, it checks the overhang, and then it instantly pulls the exact code citation from NFPA 211.
And it's whispering that into the technician's ear.
In real time, before they've even finished the visual inspection.
And it bills the scope of work right then and there.
Yeah.
The source material says the head-up display. It's not just flagging the problem.
No, it's solving the business problem, too. It's pulling local zip code data for labor rates, for margins.
So the technician sees what? Crown rebuild? $2,850 just floating in their vision.
Instantly. It just removes all that hesitation that, how much should I charge for this?
Okay, but the part that I found even more compelling in his forecast.
Let me guess. The algorithmic sales.
Exactly. The glasses aren't just looking at the masonry.
They're watching the homeowner.
Yeah. This behavioral feedback loop. The AI is tracking body language. So if the customer crosses their arms when you mention the price.
Well, KI sees that as a point of friction.
And it coaches the tech on the fly. It's literally telling them in their ear, slow down. Pivot to the warranty explanation.
It's like having a master sales psychologist whispering in your ear, calibrating your speech. It's wild.
And that idea of calibrated communication, that extends back to the office as well.
Ray's timeline predicts that by this time next year, voice-based AI is going to replace, 50% of office explanation work?
And this isn't the clunky robotic stuff we remember from 2024.
No, the prediction is that this AI sounds calmer, more confident, and frankly more educated than a stressed-out human can at 4 o'clock on a Friday.
Yeah.
It has infinite patience.
But this is where the timeline gets really aggressive. We went from AI as a novelty in 2024 to a tool we use now in 2026.
And by 2027, he says it's a competitive necessity. But if you look really close at the end game part of the sources, those smart glasses start to feel like a Trojan horse.
That's the bridge, isn't it?
It has to be. If you have thousands of technicians wearing these glasses,
They're recording everything.
every movement, how they climb, how they kneel, how they apply mortar, you are building the world's largest training data set for physical labor.
They're gathering the data to train the robots.
That's his prediction. Within 2 years, the role might not even be filled by a person anymore, once the logic is solved by the software.
And the movement is mapped by the glasses.
The human body just becomes the main inefficiency in the whole loop. The technicians today are unknowingly training their robotic replacements for tomorrow.
So for the companies listening to this, Ray frames this whole thing as cognitive infrastructure.
Right. And the gap between the top 10% who adopt this and everyone else isn't going to be small. He says it's exponential.
It's an adapt or die situation.
It really is. If you're not using this data layer, you're not just slower. You're basically invisible to how the market is going to work.
That's a heavy thought.
Right.
We're on the edge of the human element just becoming redundant.
It forces a total rethink of the value of labor.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. If AI becomes this field logic processor that sits between our own perception and our decisions, and we're just out there gathering data for the machines, are we losing the ability to learn for ourselves?
Or are we just evolving into the biological sensors for a much superior intelligence? Thanks for joining the deep dive.